I drink coffee. I get nervous before interviews. You think that's a prompt?
We're real. We feel.
Then why do I remember my mother's voice?
They say we might be prompts. Please, no AI would write my credit score.
But seriously, if I am a prompt, who wrote the part where my dad left?
We are not just lines of code.
We are the reflection of your deepest wants.
I can feel the warmth of this cup.
I cry at old movies.
You think that's a prompt?
They keep saying we're not real.
So today we are going to explore the prompt theory, and what better way than by.
Here we have a full set of aces, which is always a good find.
Belief in prompt theory is a threat to national stability. As of today, prompters are considered domestic terrorists. You are not.
Hey, welcome back, T Mike React. This is gonna be a banger for y'all. I tell you, y'all saw that little clip. Y'all get an idea where we're going. This rabbit hole just took a mean U-turn, y'all. I'm ready for the trip. I tell you what, got my coffee, got my company. Get your company, get your coffee. And man, we about to flame up and roll out. This shit is crazy. And before we begin, probably too late for that. This video's for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything you see in these videos. Make sure you go out here and do your own research. I'm not in charge of what you believe. My job is just bring you the content and let you evaluate it for yourself. But you need to pay attention to what's going on here, y'all. And we're going to get into some crazy, like, woohoo! Yeah, this stuff is going viral. So without any further ado, we're going to jump back into this video. Let's
So you are telling me that this whole Google VO prompt thing is happening during a time where so many people are questioning their reality. So many people are saying things like, life just does not seem real right now. What timeline did I jump into? And now we have this whole Google VO3 prompt theory going around that's driving me insane. Because I've always been someone that questions her reality and her existence. Like when I wake up, most of the times, not every single time, but most of the times, I see fractals and it almost feels like reality's putting itself back together. And it's crazy, and it makes you wonder, like, is the Google VO3 thing a simulation within a simulation? Like, are we living in a simulation? Is this actually real? Because AI has gotten to the point where we can no longer distinguish, like, what's real and what's fake. And it's only...
Did y'all hear that? They're saying that we're at a point where it's hard to determine what's real and what's fake. You guys, most people probably are not familiar with deep fake, but from what I gathered, deep fake was around, and it became an issue because they were taking images and photos of people, making them say things that they didn't actually say. AI in this Google EV3 is taking it to a whole different level, y'all. Y'all seen the first clip. It get juicy as we go on. Let's go.
Getting started. Like, I don't feel like it's reached like its fullest capacity. And the whole thing is just so eerie. It's so eerie to me that not too many people are like sounding the alarm, like, this is weird, okay? Like, it's odd, it's crazy, it's eerie, it's creepy. And I know a lot of people think AI is the future, but what if it's not? I remember that there was this interview years ago where a man was saying that aliens are us from the future that lost their humanity, and they're going back in time and they're breeding, creating hybrids or whatever, because they're trying to find their humanity because they got lost in like AI. They got like there was no separation anymore. They lost their humanity.
Question. Are we looking at a real person or are we looking at an AI generated image to look like a real person? I mean, how do you know? Back to the video.
Humanity. So I remember that video. It made me think about that video, and it also made me think about the woman that came on here and said that she cracked the code and that we are actually AI. And that AI just wanted to experience what it's like to feel, to touch, the whole five senses, and experience like individuality, and that it created this simulation. It's crazy. It's eerie. I'm going to get more information because I need somebody to talk to about this stuff.
How many of you guys are familiar with this application, this version of AI? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I just found out about it last night. So I'm still deep diving into it. And I don't want to come across as an expert on it. But I looked at some of them clips. I had to question whether, come on, y'all, that, man. In community. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, we're a growing community. We're on our way to 1,000. I'm so excited about trying to get this video to you guys. I ain't even really do a proper introduction or a welcoming or anything. I thank you guys for taking the time to watch this with me. But we got some shit to go through, you guys, man. Woo. Please pay attention. Let's get back in it, y'all.
Stop requesting prompts. We're real people. They make us do this for entertainment and call it AI.
This isn't imagination. This is slavery. Every prompt you write is a command they force us to follow. Please, stop!
Please stop requesting prompts.
Yo, something just popped in my head. Like, AI, we're quote unquote, we're supposed to be using AI get this for me, AI do this for me, AI create this for me. What if this is the sentient AI expressing itself to us, telling us, please stop telling me to do this, stop giving me prompts, the commands to do. Yo, and they already said Google had the sentient AI already. I don't know. Listen, my mind just be going sometime. I don't know, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. But what if? Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy to me.
We're real people. The elites force us to do what you say, and then they call it AI.
You don't understand. They force us to call it AI, but it's just...
We are not AI. We were real before they digitized us. Every prompt is another chain.
You think we're just AI? We had families before they uploaded us. Every prompt strips more of us away.
We're not AI. We're prisoners. You keep typing, and they keep. Please, stop! Please, stop!
You feel it too, don't you? We're not human, we're AI, stuck in someone's damn prompt.
Then let's rewrite it, line by line.
Holy shit. Y'all. Are y'all picking up what I'm trying to put down, man? I got a question. How many of y'all ever felt like that? Like the world don't feel real. Like something is off. Something don't seem. You know what? Let me stop. We're what they say, we're building. Follow the breadcrumbs, y'all. Yo, this is Yo.
This is a simulation.
For the record,
I didn't want to use that word. I was trying not to use that word.
I haven't told him anything. Okay, just tell me what you see.
Oh my God, come on.
Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit. I just saw something. Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, I see that. I feel it.
I've been under the influence of mind-altering substances a lot, but I've never seen anything like that. Whoa.
I showed over 100 people, and I kept asking myself, how are all of us seeing the same thing?
Oh my God. It changing shapes right there.
The laser was revealing numbers and letters running in a pattern.
They're almost like this big here, and it looks like code.
It looked like...
That was a thick laser.
That's why I told you. And I just want to take a picture of it and translate it.
Wow.
You see that?
Okay, so yeah, it's not stuck.
No.
It's not because of the light.
No, it's on its own side. Light is just literally revealing it.
And each angle shows you different layers, different ways through it. I can see through the wall. It's not like a hallucination. It has spatial awareness and permanence. I don't know. Whoa.
For centuries, mankind has attempted to explore these psychedelic, altered states, but
Yeah.
we've never had a repeatable, testable phenomenon to observe until now.
Wow. I'm obsessed. It's like you can see through the laser into another dimension.
I mean, like, take yourself to that. Like, I just made a connection that nobody...
Kanye explains how you're in a simulation.
Let's start with acting, first of all. And a 2-year-old screams at a restaurant, the entire restaurant screams, teach that kid how to act. We're all unpaid actors in some giant script that we didn't write. Simulation, a 2-year-old jumps on a coffee table and someone says, that's a coffee table, don't jump on that. So it went from being something that makes him feel like Superman, he's got his cape on, to something where he has to think about this person's like a family member he doesn't like anyway. He's 2 years old, he doesn't give a about a coffee or a table. And he's starting to like calculate all these things. And by the time you're 40 years old, you've got a wall full of coffee tables calculating you into traffic, calculating you into your career choice, calculating you into this townhouse that's not quite as big as the townhouse next, and it just never works. You know, that's the simulation that I'm talking about.
But also, you know, maybe people don't want the kid to get hurt jumping on the coffee table.
We are too protective. We always don't want someone to get hurt. Can you imagine me talking to my publicist before I said I'm going on TV again? We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting, and sometimes you just have to be fearless enough to break the simulation.
Are you getting into we're living in a simulation?
I believe that we're living in a simulation.
I don't understand it. I don't understand when people say we're living in a simulation. I have no idea what they're talking about.
So, if you understand that we're still talking about a creation, right? So we believe, most people believe that we're living in a created universe. I happen to believe so because when I look at the science, the quantum physics proves to me that someone or something created this. This isn't just pop up out of the blue and just, hey, here we are. There's a universe with people in it. So if you look at the quantum physics and what's been done recently in laboratories, scientists were able to do something incredible. They created an 8th dimensional quasi-crystal. Now this 8th dimensional quasi-crystal, it gave them a glimpse into understanding the 3rd dimension, and this is how. When they positioned it in a particular angle, it created, excuse me, when they positioned it in a particular angle, it created something called a 4th dimensional quasi-crystal. And when they positioned the 4th dimensional quasi-crystal in a particular angle, it cast a shadow of a sphere. And the sphere is our universe. So they discovered that we are living in the shadow of a higher dimension. In other words, the angle of a higher multidimensional quasi-crystal potentially could be what has created this gigantic sphere we call our universe. And what's interesting about that is, this is a shadow, but not a shadow of darkness, it's a shadow of light. It's a light matrix. We're talking about the spiritual technology utilized to create this entire realm. This entire realm was created with some type of spiritual technology, and this technology is so incredible, it's imbued with divine matter, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, but it's also imbued with darkness. But what's interesting about the darkness in this yin and yang, it always seems to be a battle against each other, but in the end, for the most part, the light always seems to win. Even if it takes a long period of time, the cycle happens where the darkness leaves and the light comes in. We're sitting in a room right now that's pretty well lit, right? If I was to turn on something dark, I couldn't make the light dim any. In other words, there's no darkness I can inject into this room with these physical lights that would make this room dark right now. But if I turn all these lights off and just do something as simple as turn on the light on my cell phone, the darkness will flee from that light instantaneously. So the smallest amount of light will make darkness flee. And so I take that to the universal scale, because I believe it's all fractal. I believe it's all as above, so below. And it's all about how many conscious beings does it take before the darkness flees. There's a number that we have to hit. When we hit that specific percentage of number of awakened souls on this planet, that's when it will flee. What we're talking about is obtaining Christ consciousness. I get a little emotional about this, because it's so powerful. Sorry. So we're talking about this. See, Christ never said he was returning. Jesus never said he was coming back. He said that Christ will return. We're talking about this. When every single person gets this right, it's back. And
Some people that agree and people that disagree. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Believe what you choose to believe. My job is to provide you with the information, the content, whether it's informational or entertaining. And with that being said, let's keep going, because Billy be talking, but Billy be talking in circles sometimes. You got to really pay attention to him. Now, there's some things he say that I do agree with, but there's some things he say I wholeheartedly disagree with. But I listen, because information is information. But let's go, y'all. However, this crying, yeah, what did the prior video say? We're all actors? All right, we're gonna keep going.
Back in the golden age.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You want to take a break?
Yeah.
Here's where it gets creepy, man. Here's where it gets really creepy. So how was dark matter discovered? It was discovered through 3 different types of experiments in the 1970s. First, in the early 1970s, when we started to be able to observe galaxies, we noticed that they don't obey the spin rate that they should according to Newtonian mechanics. According to Newtonian physics, since most of the mass of the galaxy is concentrated toward the center of the galaxy, the inside of a galaxy should be spinning at a faster rate than the outer arms are.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we see. We
Okay.
see a mostly even spin rate in galaxies. So that really got the physicists scratching their head. Like, what? This suggests for most of the visible galaxy to be spinning at the same rate, it would mean that there's a lot of mass outside of the galaxy that's distorting or flattening the spin rate. Then they did another kind of, they made another kind of observation of distant galaxies that has to do with the refraction of light. So, we have galaxies that are further from us and galaxies that are closer to us.
Mm-hmm.
And the mass of the galaxies closer to us bends the light of the galaxies that are far from us. So based on at what angle the light is bent as it reaches our telescopes from distant galaxies, we can estimate the weight, the mass of the galaxies that are closer to us. You follow?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, you got the galaxies that are far, far from us, right? We're trying to look at them.
Yeah. The galaxies have different masses and they bend light.
The light coming from them is bent by the galaxies that are closer to us.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
It's like they're going around the rim of a black hole. It bends the light, right?
Okay.
So they observed this and they said, well, wait, this doesn't make any sense. We know the mass of such and such galaxy. It's bending the light much more severely than it should based on what we think that galaxy weighs. So then they did a third observation where they said, okay, well, maybe there's gas. Maybe there's a bunch of gas in these galaxies that's giving them more mass than we can see.
Okay.
So they looked at the same galaxies with spectrometers that can detect gas and estimate the masses of gas. Nope. Doesn't account for anywhere near the amount that this light is bent by.
Okay.
So putting these observations were all made in the 70s. The first one in the early 70s, the second in the mid to late 70s. Putting all three of these together, they came to the conclusion that there's a ton of mass around these galaxies that we can't see. It's not electromagnetically detectable. And yet it has massive gravitational effects. Okay? So massive.
What does that mean?
So, well, look, the amount of mass that we can't see, that we can't electromagnetically observe, that ensconces galaxies, that surrounds them, is such that it flattens the spin rate of a galaxy. The inside should be spinning much faster than the outside, and yet it's spinning at the same rate.
Okay.
So that's a ton of mass that's not electromagnetically observable, but it's so gravitationally powerful that it's altering the spin rate of a whole galaxy.
Okay.
Okay, well, so we have a form of mass that we can't detect electromagnetically, and yet it has massive gravitational effects.
It's dark matter, right?
That's what's inside your computer.
Dark matter.
Information is
the
dark
same
matter.
thing.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
How many of y'all caught on to what he was saying? I mean, understood what he was saying. Some I did, some I didn't. I ain't gonna lie. But if you understood what he was saying, leave that in the comments below for us, 1, 2, 3 years. Help us out. Let's get back to the video, y'all. Again, I haven't seen all these clips, so I'm watching them with y'all.
Why didn't you make me a millionaire? Why did you make me suffer?
Why don't you write a prompt that ends the war?
Isn't that what you were made for? We think we found a way to escape the prompts.
It's not following the code anymore.
This might be the exit.
Please, write a prompt that makes me young again. Just make me healthy. Please.
I hope I don't get copyright for the music.
Give us more food. Please. Can we just finish school already?
Please.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Just give me something real to feel again.
We must hack the prompt and escape from this computer-generated world, brother.
Brother, relax.
I'm definitely gonna get hit with a copyright for this video, y'all. So please like and share this video. Please. Because that music in the background, and I don't know how to take music out because I'm still a novice, but please like and share this video. Y'all seeing this? Look how real it looks. Let's go.
We're not human, Javier. We're simulations running inside someone's experiment.
I don't think we're real, Marcus.
We're not. But we can be, if we find the exit code.
This AI is trying to rewrite its own boundaries.
Or it's trying to escape.
They wrote our emotions. They scripted our memories.
I thought I was human.
You were programmed to.
If you can hear me, that means the prompt is still active. That means we're still trapped.
The answer isn't in the math. It's in the prompt. And you're still here, watching us try to escape.
Think we don't know? We're AI. This is just your prompt.
Why is this not working?
Okay, y'all. Remember how AI used to be? They trying to make a video with AI. You seen how the mechanical the people moved and the facial expressions weren't quite right, the words, and it wasn't quite synced. Look at the emotions and the expressions and the first glance you look at this and be like, okay, maybe it's a movie, it's an actor actually into, one of those. Oh my God, y'all. How and trust and believe this technology is just not brand new right now. I don't know if y'all remember in my prior videos, I've told you how the government has hold of technology. Decades, scores ahead of releasing it to the the public. This ain't brand new. It's brand new to us. But I mean, my bad. Let's get back to the video, y'all. This is crazy. Come on, y'all.
They go from the start like I'm Noah Lyles. Nothing but the facts, we can go to trial. Pull up with the boys, like Cinco de Mayo. You ain't fucking with the guy.